Welcome back to another day of living in the new house. Finally, it is the 4th of January, so it's been a while since the New Year's Eve, day before New Year's Eve actually, video that we put up. So yeah, it's been quite a while. We spent quite a bit of time with family and bits, and other than that, just relaxing, getting ready for the new year. But we have done a few bits, so let me walk you through all the updates that have gone on. First of all, we cleaned up all the mess from all the plastering inside of here, bin down, scraped down the walls, de-dusted things, etc, etc, etc. The plaster on the ceiling is at least showing it's dry, but it's obviously not there yet because it's only a few days old. We've also then removed a load of the stuff from everywhere, and it's now all dumped in here. So we were hosting friends on New Year's Eve. So all of my tools, everything else, all the junk that was downstairs has now all landed inside of this room. Which is a great idea at the time because it's freed up the space, and downstairs is the cleanest it's ever been. I'll show you that in a minute. It was nice, it was comfortable. We had a really nice New Year's. We sat down and did some bingo cards, so we'll see if those ring true into over 2025. Spoiler alert, some of them may already be coming true with the stuff that's been in the news lately, but we'll gloss over all of that for the time being. The problem I've got is that I've moved everything into here, and because I've moved everything into here, it means that I need to move it out of here before I can carry on doing the work that I'm planning to do today, because there's a few options. First of all, and the one that I would have liked to get on with, is actually plastering the walls inside of the hallway here. The reason I'm not going to be getting on with that is because we've got quite a lot of snow on the way and it's quite cold, and I really don't want to be outside cleaning tools and plastering late into the night when it starts chucking it down with snow. We might go for a walk instead, so we'll be outside anyway. That kind of sounds counterintuitive, but I don't want to be plastering when we're doing that. So I've said hallway is not the one we're going to be going for today. The other option I've got is I could start fixing up the window beads or patching the stuff on the ceiling inside of here, inside of the bathroom, but we're going to need a bath at some point later in the day. I don't want to get on with that just yet either. It's not on the top of my, it's fairly high on the agenda list, but it's not a job I want to be getting on with today. So the job that I actually want to get on with today is sanding down and getting the first wash coat of paint on the walls inside of here. Now, I don't think we'll get to wash coat painting today, because as we've been finding, all the prep work seems to take 9,000,001 years. So at least we're going to get this room emptied. We're going to get the floorboard back down underneath the window there, so that's fully complete, ready to go. And then we're going to crack the sander out and get tidying up inside of here. There has been some updates though, so one of the other logs we signed off later, actually, we now have a door. And by door, I mean we have a dust screen. These were £1.99 from B&M, and actually they're doing quite a good job. They're a zip up, you take them over the door frame and it just stops the dust going anywhere. So after we cleaned everywhere, look at the, I say lovely clean stairs, they're not dusty, they've still got plaster splatters on them, but they're not dusty for once. We put that up to stop some of the dust coming from up here downstairs. Now, I did actually buy 2 of them, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that other door shield on here while we're doing the sanding and making loads of dust to prevent it travelling around so much of the house. In theory, it's dust. It's still going to get everywhere, but hopefully it should prevent it a little bit. Other than that, only other things to update you on is look at, 1, a hidden Elizabeth, but 2, the state of the living/dining room. Okay, it's still messy, but it's nowhere near as bad. We've now collapsed the table down to its smaller configuration, and yeah, this was a lovely little environment for New Year's Eve, so very happy with it. But anyway, I'm going to get on with moving some stuff. You're going to watch it happen in about 30 to 40 seconds, and then we're going to go on and get sanding. We have regained the front bedroom-ish. We got the rest of the tools and bits we need just to finish the jobs in here. Elizabeth's just been down and cleaned in between all these floor spaces as well. And there's a couple of problems we probably need to address. So first of all, it's where we have this camera cable coming in, and indeed around some of the other joists as well. There's a bit of a draft coming through here, so I want to seal that up. So I'm probably going to pull the expanding foam out and get that put back in. The other problem we've got is that something along here is not square, be it the wall or the floorboards. It's not square, because if I put this bit of floorboard in that hole, you'll see it fits in the gap. There's a bit of a gap around the edge, but it's not too bad. Very good, very nice. However, when we come down to this side of the wall, where this board needs to go, problem. Board does not fit. So me thinking, oh yeah, it'll be nice and easy, we'll just trim the board, well, just drop the board straight in. That is not the case. We're gonna have to do some fettling, probably get the circular saw out, which I've just packed away, because thinking I didn't need it, but I am gonna need it to get this dropped into here, unfortunately. And it's not just a case of I can just cut the tongue off, because unfortunately, if you look down there, it is actually widening the width of the tongue. So we've got some fettling to do to get the floorboard down, but I want to get it in and done so that we're not going to end up having to clean the joist space out for the 19,764th time. And then we can get on with doing less sanding. So let's get on with the remedial action around the front of that room there. We have floorboard fully in with a bit of fettling and dodging pipes to make sure we didn't drill anything, and we're in. You'll also notice we have some patches on the wall. While I was doing that, Elizabeth grabbed some of the filler and was going around filling in my shame. And it allows me to see with an unbiased opinion of where did I do bad on the walls. This wall, not so bad on most of it, a few patches here and there. Round there, not hot at all. This wall, really bad. This wall, really good. And that wall, actually not too bad either. So we're now at the stage now where we're ready to sand. You'll also see now we have built our new doorway as well. We have just done a audio test, I guess you can call it. I've just fired up the sander. Elizabeth's gone and stood in the street. It is about 10 o'clock and it's not too bad. She says it's on the right. But what you will also notice if you look past the gunk there is the snow has arrived. Woohoo! So I'm going to go and make it snow indoors in the form of getting dust everywhere. That's going to keep settling down, and let's see how much snow we end up with on the ground in the time it takes me to get some sanding done. Don't think I'm going to get it all done, but we're going to make a good start anyway and just see how much better we can make the wall go. So, time-lapse mode! So you may have seen in that time lapse I was kind of bouncing between doing the roof and doing a bit of the walls to try and spare my shoulders, because that thing's got quite a bit of weight to it holding it above your shoulders. We're going pretty well. We're definitely smoothing the roof down a bit. There's a few ridges we're going to have to repass and just have a look at, which we'll just continually work on. But we've had a minor disaster, and that is on this wall. You may notice that this is not supposed to have happened. You'll see here that this plaster is not adhered to this wall very well at all. If I remember correctly, when we were plastering this, when we put the PVA on this, the paint was actually peeling off the wall a little bit. We did try to scrape some of it off. Now whether we didn't PVA it again, it didn't adhere, or whether it's just the paint peeling off, I don't know. But yeah, that's not good. I'm gonna have a pick away at it and see how much physically comes off the wall. We might have to reskin that wall, unfortunately, which is not what I want to be doing. And what I may do as well, because it was on this as well, we're probably just gonna have to have a blast with the sander on that and just see if anything else comes off. I'm hoping it's just that one isolated patch. But that's not a good thing. It's also not a good sign of good plastering by me. So I'm going to go contemplate and work out what the hell I've done wrong there. And then hopefully maybe after some consultation on the internet we'll find out what I did wrong, learn from it, and then make sure we haven't done anything else. But not good. At least it's snowing. Oh, I am sitting here chuckling away to myself because the vlog is coming in very handy. Right, disaster on that wall. So I have just watched back episode 100 to see, is there anything I did wrong when I did that? First of all, there is this part of the vlog here. And what you'll see there is that either where the vlog cuts, I either didn't PVA that wall, or the camera died, or I chopped it out of the edit. But either way, it didn't look like I ever put any PVA on that wall. Potentially not, depending where it is, there is no video footage there. But then, if you roll the clip of me talking about that part of the wall now, this side, around all the radiator, is probably some of the best plastering I've done yet. And then as you get further and further and further this way, it starts deteriorating until you get to this wall, which is all kinds of, if I zoom in a little bit, it's cracked, scuffed and everything else like that because the plaster was just getting too dry. So we've mixed up half as much this time, well, a lot less than half as much, so that's about a third of a bag-ish, to try and that's a lot wetter as well, to try and hopefully rectify that issue on that wall. But we're going to go for the finishing and polishing coat over the top of this now, and fingers crossed we can save that wall. If not, then the sander, which is going to have a big impact on the roof, is going to have an even bigger impact on the wall. But thankfully, it's only a small piece of wall. The sander did indeed have a much bigger impact on that wall, and not the desired one. So clearly, that plaster drying out. So potential 2 points of failure here, not even 1 point, is one, did I PVA the wall? That is the mystery which may or may not be solved. I may have to go back to the raw footage and see if it's in there. So potentially I didn't even PVA that wall, which could have led to why the plaster was drying out, but the plaster was already drying out anyway, so it was probably not adhering so well to that wall, so there wasn't enough moisture to actually sort of give it the suction to suck onto the wall, which is probably why it's led to the disaster that has occurred. Learning points to be had. All I can say is I'm very glad that's not what happened. Well, that hasn't happened on the ceiling, because that would have been a nightmare. So we're probably going to have to strip that wall back and replaster it, which is going to delay us moving into that room, which is fun and games. Yay!
So it's nearly 2 a.m. and she's outside in shorts building a snowman.
The neighbours are going to be so confused when they wake up and they're like, wait, what? Why is there a snowman in the garden? There wasn't one when we were at the bed last night. Not quite sure how I've been coaxed outside. But yeah, it's nice. What do you mean? I'm in my Crocs and my onesie and you're in shorts? Are you going to put a face on your snowman? Are you going to put a face on your snowman?
I don't have anything to do with face.
Got a carrot.
You want to get the carrot?
I'll get your carrot if you want a carrot.
No.
My hands are freezing, but this is some good snow. We have now increased the size and we now have a secondary snowman. Yes. Try not to wake the neighbours up. Should we go construct a snowman on everybody's drive? So every single house has got a snowman. Well, 2 a.m. snowman building session is complete. We're supposed to get 5 to 10 centimetres of snow, so but it's supposed to finish about 3 a.m. The forecast has been well off the entire time anyway, so we'll wake up and see if we do still have snow, because it's supposed to be followed by rain as well. But I guess we'll find out in the morning if Snowman and Snowmanessa are still standing. We haven't actually named them yet, but that might be a tomorrow challenge, given if it survives or not. But anyway, I would say it's been a successful day. Empty room, success. Floorboards down over there, joist space clean, success. Episode 100 shenanigans, not success as he pulls more. There you go, more plaster off the wall. We're going to have to revisit that at a later date. Yes, very good, very, very much wow. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the vlog. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit more successful. We have got a learning opportunity in front of us, and we'll get that rectified. But anyway, happy hunting. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you all in tomorrow's vlog.